Storage Made Easy Enterprise File Fabric allows you to have a single pane of glass across your multiple different pools of storage. In this case, in this demo environment, I'm logged in as an organization admin. And here I can see the pools of storage that I've already provisioned in this account. So that can be on-prem storage like my CIFS or my NAS storage here. We can do object storage both on-prem and in the cloud, as well as SaaS applications like Box.net, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, etc. It's very simple as an admin to come in and add additional pools of storage. So I click on this Add Cloud Provider here. I can then select from the long list of storage pools that we support from the backend, or storage providers. Let's just say I wanted to add Amazon S3. It then allows me to come into this wizard, where I can then go set a friendly name, enter my access key and secret key, and if I click continue here, it would then go and authenticate, and then start to step through that environment in order to build out a metadata pool of that backend storage. So like my object storage here, I'd be able to see my buckets associated with that storage account, and then be able to drill deeper down. So the first thing you'll notice is that we have a couple different types of folders that are available here. So by default, the admin is able to see all of the storage providers that you add, but individual users are only allowed to see those folders that the org admin shares out with them. So here we see this little folder icon with a little person. That denotes that these folders all are shared team folders. So let's say you had an existing folder here, and I'll just create a new one. I'll just call it PHI. All right, so I have this new folder within my SME storage demo bucket on my object storage called PHI. So you can see here, it is not currently a shared team folder. I'm able to then right-click and say, very simply, convert to shared team folder. At which point, again, as mentioned, that icon appears. And I can once again right-click and go to permissions, and now apply the permissions for the users within the shared team folder. So the Enterprise File Fabric allows multiple different pools of authentication systems and user directories to be used in order to both authenticate as well as authorize users to access the data on the system. So out of the box, we have our default storage provider, or authentication system, that is a users and roles that are set up right within the Enterprise File Fabric appliance that you're then able, as the admin, to go and create users and roles. But we also support external authentication directories as well. So those being things like Active Directory, LDAP, or SAML. Once you've created those and authorized them, you're able to come within here. You'll be able to see both the users as well as the groups from your external or internal directory system. So in this case for PHI, let's just say my group legal team has read and write access. I click apply. I can then also define a specific user. So let's say that my Eric Tozak user has read-only access in this folder. And as you may have noticed, there are additional sub-features or sub-options available for the permissions. So we could come in and let's just say, for example, my finance group, we want to have read and write permissions, but we have specific permissions we want them to be able to do. We want them to upload files, but not necessarily create new folders, rename or move files, or even delete. Right? So now we click apply here, and we've given that select set of permissions to that finance user so they can download files, they can also upload files, but they can't do any of those additional features. As you'll notice, from the Enterprise File Fabric perspective, we're able to see all those different folders and files and those different pools of storage. But from an administrative perspective, they all behave and act just the same, right? So before I was looking at those permissions on an object storage perspective, if I then wanted to change those permissions on my NAS, I can right-click, go into permissions. It's my same screen, my same users, and my same group on my NAS as it was with object storage. And as you would expect, it's the same with my SaaS applications as well. So the Enterprise File Fabric, as mentioned, allows you to have multiple different storage providers or pools of storage that are used, and you create shared team folders using a unified permission structure to allow your end users to access that data across a single pane of glass.